All right, what is up, everybody that is here watching live and everyone that is watching in the future? Let's get this pre-stream now. All right, there's my ugly mug as we start this watch along right now. The U.S. anthem is playing, the national anthem. I want to thank you all for joining if you're watching live and if you're watching in the future. We do have the chat going today, although YouTube is trying to stop me from seeing it because I can't see on my end, but I got my other account open, so hopefully I'll be able to see the chat. But if someone could just check and send something, that would be very, very helpful because YouTube trying to stop me from seeing it. But basically, we've just finished the national anthem. We're almost ready to go. Of course, huge game for the U.S. in Copa America. They lose, they go home. They're already home, but they'll go more home. And this would be a very disappointing loss because the U.S. should not be losing in the group stage of Copa America. Apparently, we're going to get one more commercial break before the game, but just looking over, you can see here, we're going to try and watch most of the game through this. Of course, I can't show it live, so if you were expecting that, that won't happen, but we'll give play-by-play and we'll watch the stats live. This is the lineup for the U.S. I'm not loving it. The back line is the back line. Those are the four defenders we're going to trot out every time. I really thought this would be a bit of a different setup in which, you know, the U.S. maybe trotted out four midfielders and had Gio Reyna playing at the 10. Instead, Reyna is at the wing position. I really thought he would be at the 10. The only reason this inspires me or gives me hope is I think Gio Reyna is a key part of this team. And I think at the wing position, maybe, just maybe, Greg Berhalter plays him the entirety of the game and doesn't take him out. I think Gio Reyna needs to play 90 minutes. Heck, he might need to play 120 minutes. I mean, we're not going to get that far, obviously, in group stage, but the point is I think he needs to play the full length of the game, and I think having him at wing maybe inspires Berhalter to do so. Good to see Matt Turner in goal. They're just showing the starting lineup on the official game stream. It's good to see him back after that small injury. I can see the chat, so if you're in the chat and you want to discuss anything, talk about anything, I can in fact see it. So, but yeah, I think I'm not hating this as much of a 4-3-3 as maybe some other people are, especially where with Gio Reyna's positioned. I actually think it's quite fine, and like I said, with Gio Reyna being on the wing, hopefully he plays the whole time. The rest is Balogun has also been our best player this whole time, so hopefully he plays 90 minutes as well. I would like to see, all three attackers play 90 minutes. That's obviously not going to happen. But maybe Balogun. I don't hate taking him out in the 80th minute as much as other people do. So we'll see how that goes. As for McKinney, I really don't like McKinney and Reyna being on the same side. I don't think they play well together. And with Tyler Adams in the central, I don't think McKinney plays well with either of them. That's just kind of on McKinney. He's a great player, but that chemistry doesn't seem to be there. So we'll see how that turns out. It looks like we're about to get started. I am going to throw the audio on the game. You should be able to hear it when I'm not talking, so I don't have to give a play-by-play the whole time. And I'm just going to drop... Actually, I'll go into studio mode here so you guys can't see anything. But hopefully we can see a live stat thing. USA is favored in Vegas in this game, not according to Google win probability. But we'll see. U.S. has started off, and this camera angle is absolutely horrible here at Arrowhead. I cannot believe they allow this. Alright, I am going to come out of studio mode here. I'm going to just drop this down for a second. Doesn't seem very helpful. We're about a minute in, U.S. with a throw-in, and I always encourage watching this stream along with the game, but holy heck, this camera angle is so bad. If you just don't watch the game, I don't blame you. Cross into the box. Ooh, dangerous bounce after the goalie couldn't reach it. Whew. Looked like an innocuous cross, but came in back post and threatened a little bit there. Of course, we do have to keep an eye on the other game. Here we've got the timeline. All right, so we should be good now to have this up. Here we go. Now you can see it a little bit better. So you got that up, and let's just pop up the scenarios here while the game's, just starting. USA is doing well right now. Ball close to the box. Play back to Turner. Dangerous playback. Turner just boots it down the field. That was bad from the central defense in Carter Vickers. These are the scenarios. No matter what, the U.S. has to win or draw, but they should just win. And then they have to have something go right in the other game, which we will keep up with the other game. We'll peek into it every once in a while. As we're 2 minutes into this one. Little ping pong back and forth, but sorry, just looking at updates. This camera angle sucks. I can't believe that Fox Sports allowed this. This is so bad. Oh my gosh. You're like 300 feet in the air. We did a stream like this once for hockey, but I thought it was cool for hockey. Matt Turner with the ball in his own box, looking to start the breakout. Oh, that stinks. Every time I refresh the page, it's going to be weird. I guess there's nothing on the timeline because we haven't had a whistle yet except for throw-ins. So. Ooh, that's a foul. No, ref says nothing. It would have been a free kick in a very dangerous spot. U.S. would have been about 5 feet away from the goal box. Good ball through, just too far. It'll be played by the Uruguayan goalie. Kansas City not too happy about that one as Boost. Oh, that's a foul. Ooh. Ay, ay, ay. Bad call by the referee there. So let's look at those scenarios again because they just popped up the group on screen so we can look at it a little bit more. Right now, goal differential, U.S. leads by 2. They're +1. Opposition is -1. So that winning the goal differential with Panama should be in their favor. Now, Panama is heavily favored to win their game versus Bolivia. So if it's 3-0 and U.S. only wins 1-0, then they tie and Panama goes on, I believe. I think. That we haven't really seen that scenario. Win versus Uruguay, Bolivia win or draw. Bolivia winning or drawing is not likely, as we just discussed. But you can always hope. Matt Turner here taking a free kick at the edge of the box after Uruguay fouls deep in our own end. Good body here from Carter Vickers. Joe Scally wins the ball, plays it back. Still no whistles in this game. U.S. should have had a nice free kick, a nice spot for the free kick. I want to thank you all for watching again, whether you're watching now or in the future. If you could leave a like and you want to talk in the chat, we can talk about whatever you may think of this game or Georgia sports, of course, or anything you wish. 6 minutes in, just about. Gio Reyna with a good move on the wing. Anthony Robinson didn't see the pass coming through, and it went through harmlessly to the goalie. Uruguay playing long. Balogun received the ball in a good position and just gave it away. Scally fouled. That might, in a different game, not a Copa America game, that might have been a yellow. But the ref already seems like he's going to go ahead and keep the whistle.
In the last couple of years for the United States, they're on their second set-piece specialist head coach.
If you are watching and you know you love U.S. men's soccer, let me know. Do you want to win this game and move on in Copa America, or is it more important to you that Greg Berhalter gets fired? I've seen a lot of debate. A lot of debate on that. Pulisic free kick into the box, back post, no one really home. Tim Ream was the closest to it, and it looked like his header didn't even matter. It went way over the crossbar, but a whistle beforehand stops play.
Well, John, ultimately the decision was yesterday at training. Matt Turner telling Greg Berhalter if he could train at 100%, he wanted to be able to play tonight. That was the case. He said he felt good at training. Obviously, so much rehab.
U.S. playing very well so far, and that being a whistle is ridiculous. Robinson, much softer of a foul than what we've seen so far against the U.S. I mean, it's a foul, but U.S. doing, like, if you hear the announcers, you should be able to a little bit. U.S. is doing a great job defensively right now. Uruguay, as soon as they're past that halfway line, they have nothing. They've been shut down. Been very impressive so far. Very good first 8 minutes from the U.S. Of course, nothing to show for it just yet. Pulisic, who needed one more step and he would have been gone. Instead, throw in. Pulisic will give it up to Scally. We'll just throw back to McKinney. McKinney, good pass into Pulisic. He can't control it. Uruguay will go the other way with numbers. Carter Vickers gets danced around. This is a great chance for Uruguay. Pass in. Matt Turner watches it go by just a step ahead of any Uruguayan attacker. Very lucky for the U.S. there after Carter Vickers couldn't get back in time. It was Carter Vickers and who else? Oh, not Carter Vickers. It's Chris Richards. Excuse me. Sorry. Apologize for that. It's Chris Richards and I don't think it was Ream. I guess it was McKinney. Didn't look like him. Looked a little too skinny to be McKinney. No offense to him. Great crossfield pass to Pulisic. Just got to stop Uruguay on the counter and build something up. Pulisic with it. Makes a move. Steps through. He gets fouled and he gets the whistle. Maybe a little bit of a flop. Not a lot of contact and he kind of just went down. But he gets the free kick. About 10 meters from the line of the goal box. We've seen Pulisic have the ability to put these effectively in the box and on net. This is going to be the first great opportunity for the U.S. Just about 10 minutes in. We just hit that 10 mark. One-man wall. Pulisic. It is back post. Good ball in, but it's headed away. Good clearing touch. McKinney was the closest to it. Just didn't have the vertical on the jump to get any contact on the ball, but that was a very good ball in. Should be a U.S. throw-in. There's an extra ball on the field, and now we're ready to go. Popping up Greg Berhalter stats. Good throw-in. McKinney gets a touch on it, but Uruguay quickly into the transition. Nunez just got sniped. Turf monster. As Nunez goes down with a good opportunity. He was essentially one-on-one in the back with Chris Richards. And you probably had to say thank you to American football for the crappy turf and crappy grass. I actually don't know if Arrowhead uses grass. I would assume not, just because of how old of a stadium it is. But that is why you can thank American football, because you're putting grass in a spot turf normally is. Anthony Robinson with the ball, able to get away from a couple defenders. He makes a run. Balogun passes it up and earns himself a corner. Nice play there. See a couple more people trickling in. Thank you all for watching. Again, we're just watching along. Can't stream the game actually, but we can always talk. I always recommend watching the game and then watching this on the side so that we can chat. If you want to say anything, put it in the chat. We can discuss this game, how it's going so far, or anything else, especially Georgia sports, where I know the most. Pulisic to take the corner. Good ball in. Ream was the closest to it. Anthony Robinson gets ahead on it after the original clearance, but easy work for Rochette. And what a game so far. No one getting too much. Now Robinson, great run. Good ball in. Pulisic, all alone, back post. Balogun right there. Rochette comes off his line and is able to get to the ball and not make a save. That was Reyna, on the far side. It was a good ball, maybe just a step too far. Rochette gambled, came out, and that was the correct play there. Looks like it might have been called offsides anyway. I don't think so. The way they framed it after the replay, it looked like the ball was placed for free kick, but I assume Rochette just tossed it out there.
Yes, this is not a stadium for ants. This is very high. I'm honestly laughing at it because it's about 6 stories up the elevator from where.
It's funny, the announcers just brought up the camera angle. Balogun gets a run, no whistle, he complains. He needs to control his anger. Of course, we just saw Weah get an early red. Don't want that for Descent especially. I mean, he's not going to get in unless he makes contact, but need to earn the ref's favor. Haven't had it all Copa America. Scally, good ball through. Back to Scally. He makes a run in. I think that's a correct call. No whistle there. Scally wanted it. Now, of course, in transition again, Anthony Robinson. Great job to use the body as they tried to go across. Anthony Robinson just boxed out and let it roll out. Richards in the back. Uruguay, good pressure here. Scally kicks it right out of bounds. However, he gets now the foul call.
And look, this has been a fantastic first 15. I don't think the U.S. could have asked for much more from this. But the challenge is in a game like this, to keep up the intensity against a team of Uruguay's quality.
You can hear the announcers a little bit. It has been a great first 15 minutes in terms of what the United States expected. In the other game right now, Bolivia and Panama. Let's see if we can pop it up. If it works, there you go. Bolivia and Panama. All knotted up at 0. That is what the U.S. likes to see. They still need to come through in this game. Again, see some people watching. If you want to pop into the chat, talk about something, whether it's this game or anything, really. Feel free to put it out there and we can talk about it. First 21 minutes for Uruguay. They have outshot their opponent 20-1. That is insane. That should bode well for the U.S. The fact that we're almost 16 minutes in. And the U.S. has certainly played better. Ooh, almost a breakthrough here. And there is a whistle. Who is this yellow card on? Looked like Adams was taken out. However, it looks like the ref is bringing the card towards Adams.
Holding player of the midfield three.
I
Sensed the gap with the pressure. He made a nice run into the gap. He finds it, but the touch was a bit heavy. And then he got caught in that hesitation of, can I get
don't know if that's a yellow on Adams.
Chris Richards comes up, pressure
Oliveira down here, who's down.
That touch is a little heavy.
Number 16 for Uruguay.
Gets there first. We'll see
It was a heavy touch by Adams after receiving the ball, and then he just came in.
standing on Tyler Adams' leg as well. Watch this.
And that should be a foul on Uruguay, and it's instead going to be a yellow card against Tyler Adams.
Oh, yeah, Tyler Adams is going to pick up a yellow card for that. He's kind of bewildered.
That's ridiculous.
Initial instinct was
The
to go
first
to be honest, when I saw that replay,
time today that the Copa America refs strike and mess up the chances of the United States.
By the officials, Weston McKennie got a yellow card on a clean tackle in the match against Bolivia. There was a concern early with some missed calls by the referee in the game in Atlanta against Panama. Even the red card was correct. You look at Luis Suarez on the bench. Will we see him tonight? Uruguay's all-time record goal scorer, named today to the MLS All-Star team, voted in by the fans.
Just horrible from the reffing here early.
It's a part of the theme.
Uruguay defender steps on Tyler Adams, and Tyler Adams gets the yellow card.
Speaking of things they didn't get here, normally, because the U.S. is the designated home team, Team A, they would normally get, if there's a discrepancy, the nicer of the two locker rooms. That's standard protocol for international matches. That did not happen here. Uruguay is in the Chiefs' home locker room, which is very plush. The U.S. is in the visiting team locker room, which is very much not so plush. And that fact it was not lost by U.S. soccer officials.
yeah, perhaps the main camera's up in the visiting locker room as well, up in the rafters. Again, not our choice.
Sorry, just tweeting out.
By Comnable.
Just trying to get a bigger base on Twitter. If you want to follow me on Twitter, handle is CopShowJoe, KOPSHOJOE. You can see there Tyler Adams has officially got the yellow card, and it was a bad call.
The U.S. are advancing. The night is young. We'll keep you up to date on what's happening in both places. Uruguay not fully set. They're not 100% in. It would take an awful lot for them not to be in as Rain is fouled.
Now Reyna fouled.
So important from Tim Ream there to be able to play out of pressure like that by having the composure just to get turned on Dela Cruz. And the reason being is that Uruguay like to press the ball, and if they start to smell a little bit of blood, and they're going to keep hunting. When you can turn and you can show them that you have composure on the ball and you can play out of pressure, it's going to make them hesitate in their pressure and back off just a touch. So really good
Again
work.
on Twitter.
Anthony Robinson rides
Now Anthony Robinson is taken down.
the U.S.
And at some point, you have to give a yellow card to Uruguay. That is 6 fouls, maybe 8 likely fouls in the first 20 minutes.
Right now, they're fouling it. Anytime somebody comes into this type of space, great work from Robinson, turns the corner, and instantly, Nando says, nope, you're
And that's a bad foul. Like, that is
that's a yellow.
a yellow most... Just heard it. That is a yellow most days of the week.
Fouls across the field.
And still no card given out.
Here for the US.
Alyssa Gober and everyone back.
I want to thank everyone for watching. Of course, watching along for the U.S. men's national team soccer game here. If you have any thoughts or opinions, leave them in the chat and we can talk about it. Obviously can't watch the actual game together, but giving updates. This one into the box after the free kick. Foul on Anthony Robinson, Christian Pulisic's first bad ball. It's been excellent on the set pieces so far. That one
With preparation.
not really competitive at all as it just went straight
Where you get the confidence.
wide of the goal.
As he admitted, there's so much about this game that any coach
20 minutes in,
up in the stands like Marcelo Bielsa is.
and right now,
Charge for him.
most things going the U.S. way when they can control it.
Blocks that pass out.
The U.S. things uncontrollable, like refereeing, has not gone their way.
Balogun cleanly, second header.
Lots of headers here. That was at least 5 headers in a row. Another one comes in from Ream. He gets it to Pulisic, and Pulisic is taken out in what should be a foul. Again, not sure it will be after what we've seen so far.
And it's been there from the very first minute.
Tim Ream is holding his midsection. Looks like a hand injury. Just holding it down low like you do when you hurt your wrist or something. Balogun loses the ball after the throw-in. Joe Scally, heavy header in, another header. Anthony Robinson will gain control and misplay it. Bad pass, and now Uruguay on the run. They've got numbers. Great stop from Joe Scally on the back end. Just kicked out the back heel and slows the run down. Ball through. In the middle of the box, it's headed away by Richards, and the U.S. will get possession cleanly. Pulisic with it. He tries to play it back. It'll go off a Uruguay attacker and out of bounds for a throw-in. If you're wondering why I'm looking over here, it's because that's where the game is. Actually, it'd make more sense if I was looking over here, right? Because it'd be a better angle. But maybe if I scoot over a little bit. Matt Turner received the ball and gave it away. Uruguay will settle it down for the first time it seems this game. They've been really just trying to get out in transition. Here, backside run, wide open as Anthony Robinson had to go out. Luckily, Uruguay couldn't make the pass into the box. Lucky there. Yellow card in the other game comes in on Bolivia. That will help, or not help, excuse me, their chances as Panama has just scored. Right after that yellow card, Panama scores their first goal of the game. Likely off a set there, as we'll pop that up. Panama has scored 23 minutes in. Very bad for the United States in terms of scenario. Header in, and it was off Pulisic. That's what I meant, as it was ball in. Pulisic just heads it out for a corner. Now that we've seen Panama is up, we'll pop back up the scenarios. You can see U.S. really just needs Panama to either lose or not win by a lot. Of course, they lead them by goal differential by 2. That is now down to 1, of course, in a 0-0 game here. Ball in off the corner. It was dangerous. Not sure who got it away. Looks like Ream, who is down. I think he might have collided with the goalpost. Uruguay player is also down, and he is unconscious.
Really big concern right now from Uruguay.
This is bad. This is a bad scene. We will mute the audio because announcers sometimes can tend to not be respectful in moments like this, as a Uruguay player is down and unconscious. Scary sight. The ref is discussing with players there shouldn't be any fouls here, at least from what originally looked like. It's just scary sight here. Stretcher is out and he will be loaded onto it. I can't exactly tell who it is that's down. Well, that is not a great way to start a game as just a fan of sports. Don't want to see something like this. As we have a pause, don't want to be insensitive, but if you have joined the stream, you want to chat, go ahead and put something down below, and we can talk during this pause. The entirety of Uruguay circling the player. Looks like Richards. No, it is McKinney that's over there. Checking. And just a silent crowd. After a scary sight. Player's been loaded up on the stretcher. He still might be unconscious. He is conscious. He's moving. His neck is stabilized. Good to see as the stadium will clap as he's carried off. stabilizing the head and neck. They did not replay it, which is good. Want to respect the player that is injured. It was Maximiliano who is taken out. Christian Oliveira will come in. Scary, scary sights here as we watch along here for the U.S. men's national team. Again, see some more people joining. If you want to talk, discuss in the chat, leave something below. Of course, if you're confused by the watch along, can't officially live stream the game, although if you need that, I'm sure there's a couple places that are legally streaming it, but the point of this is to discuss, see opinions, reactions, and just talk about the game. Play has resumed after that scary sight. As we'll turn back on the audio so you can hear it just a little bit so I'm not copyrighted. U.S. of course had won the ball, but out of respect it was given back. McKinney, good ball through. Was Balogun onside? He's taken out. That's a pen. It is a penalty. The U.S. fouled in the box. Balogun on the ground. He collided with Rochette. Rochette also on the ground. Now the offsides flag goes up.
Looking at them to wave the athletic training staff and the medical staff onto the field.
What a great move. Now, it'll be interesting to see if Balogun is onside or off, because I think it's a penalty if he's on.
We'll have to have an offside review. It actually seems as if that flag that went up was not for the offsides call. You can see that just coming in is the switch. Our thoughts are with Maximiliano, as right now our thoughts have changed to be, or are still with, but also now include Rochette, the Uruguayan goalie, and Balogun. Both seem fine. They're both conscious. Balogun looks like he took the worst of the hit as Rochette, the Uruguayan goalie, and him collided.
Good look at this to see if he's onside.
Carlos Orbe of Ecuador is the video assistant referee.
So
Good work from Robin.
we will see here. I'll tell you my call. Balogun is a whole body length offside, so this will not be a pen.
We expected it to come first time from Weston McKennie.
And Balogun just got sandwiched between the Uruguayan defender and Rochette.
Inside Araujo.
That is dangerous.
Slight touch on the ball, but I gotta say,
Balogun's head maybe colliding with Rochette and the ground.
to be played, and he just
Hope he's okay.
Okay, so now we're gonna get a look at the one from earlier.
And now they are showing the replay of the unconscious
That's why we waited on the replay.
Maximilian
Coming together there.
Ano.
Araujo.
He did not originally get knocked unconscious. He was conscious when he fell to the ground. He did not collide with the post. He collided with his own player. It seemed like the injury came from his head hitting the ground. So a good sign is that he didn't immediately go unconscious. That's when it gets really dangerous. Balogun is up. He is hobbled. I think he will be fine. Doesn't look like there's an intended switch coming in. Whoa, YouTube says 9 concurrent viewers. There it goes back down to what I thought more it would be. But if you're joining and want to talk in the chat, feel free to do so.
Time added. Certainly in the second half Thursday night, we'll see if the proper amount is added here tonight. But a game which was wickedly fast-paced in the opening 20 minutes has, because of the injury.
So we are 30 minutes in, but we're should be expecting about 6 minutes of extra time so far. Good ball through, good run. Can he get there on the side? Is that Musa? It looks like him. He can't get across in. And they will simply throw the ball in after it deflects off a defender. What a game so far. It's had a little bit of everything.
It looks like he's in a good zone right now, and Balogun's taking up good spots. Look, US is playing.
U.S. will take time on the throw-in. They're looking for McKinney. He receives a good couple of touches. He's got a Uruguayan defender on his back. Now 2. He'll drift into the corner, and he loses possession of the ball, and he just tackles the defender. Weird no whistle there. That should have been a foul on McKinney. And now it's all the way back to Richards. He'll play it back to Turner. Turner under pressure, boots it all the way downfield. Far side, no one home. Uruguay will come the other way. As you can probably hear the announcer saying, need a little bit better from Matt Turner. When he sent it down the field, it was just right at a Uruguayan defender. Pulisic was in the area, and a good pass gets the U.S. started instead. Not a good one. Reyna plays it back. This is a good pass to Pulisic. Pulisic, he has to win one defender. Defender is able to clear. Maybe just a little bit worse of a ball from Reyna than I thought it would be, as it just curved away from Pulisic after the bounce. Pulisic saves it from going out of bounds. He's working towards the middle of the field. Musa gets it back, and it's now with Ream. Ream all the way up. Bad pass as he tried to get it to Pulisic. Now Uruguay will have a chance. Ream on the pressure. And this is a foul and likely a yellow on the U.S. There's the yellow. They play advantage. The ref did not signal advantage. Tim Ream kicks it out. And this is horrible refereeing. The referee showed the yellow and Uruguay kept playing. And the ref allowed it. And now they come back to the spot. Because Ream saved the shot or the cross in. If Ream was not there, you have a scenario where Uruguay continued to play and score. And this is ridiculous. The U.S. this entire tournament has just been unfortunate with the refereeing. Now, I'm going to tweet out about this, so if I'm looking down, you know why. The play has ended. It was a yellow on Richards, then the play continued. Despite the ref blowing, I assume blowing the whistle, I can't hear it. The yellow card comes in. Tim Ream saves the ball off the advantage. Across into the box, he gets the touch and kicks it out. But what a catastrophe.
Well, we have to wait, Stu, to see where the restart is going to be made here. I mean, if he brings the play back and gives the restart to Uruguay at the center of the field where the foul was, that's the correct decision here. The yellow card still applies.
Yeah, well, it looks like they're going to actually give a throw, so letting that play stand.
So they are giving a throw to Uruguay, which means they are letting the play stand, even though the ref pulled out a yellow in the middle of play.
And also not giving out yellows early in the game. It's frustrating because this has been a great game to watch, the early parts. There's so much quality, there's such an intensity, but the challenge for the U.S. also becomes you have to manage your emotions here and not get carried away now, and don't get sucked into that type of game, because that's what Uruguay won.
And I hope you guys can heard that, because I was just letting the color commentator speak. Turner makes a save, not really a shot, but gets the ball back in U.S. possession. But wanted you guys to hear what the color commentator was saying, because he did an excellent job of explaining. You can see the yellow has come in on Chris Richards. And right now, I know these announcers are American-born, but they are going in on Uruguay. Bad turnover from the U.S. Uruguay with a chance, cross into the box, stayed on the ground, booted out, and now the U.S. a chance the other way. Pulisic has Balogun. He finds him, wasn't a strong pass, and that should be a foul, and it will not be. And now there'll be a whistle after both Balogun and the Uruguay defender are still down. That whistle coming in late. This has been horrible refereeing. If you guys are watching or in the stream and you want to make some comments on what you've seen so far, put it in the chat and we can talk about it. But so far, I've been not impressed by this refereeing
I
team.
don't know what Uruguay expected from
And
the US,
the scary thing is we're only 36 minutes into this.
which is saying a lot from what the US has brought early in the game.
The reason that's scary is you have a lot of game left to play, and this has been a gross, ugly game. And if the ref continues to allow it, especially by, frankly, screwing over the U.S., it won't end well.
Types of games, and we've heard Alexi and Carly and Clint talking about in the studio. These are the types of games you get in at this level. These are the types of games that this group, they're not young anymore. In fact, these have been among the most experienced lineups Greg Berhalter has thrown.
I'm expecting now at least 10 minutes of extra time, but expected that in the last group stage game for the United States when they only got 4 minutes.
Well, I was down on the field before the game, and I was
Update into Panama and Bolivia, same score.
out there. You know, you
It remains 1-0. They popped it up on
in the crowd.
the real stream, so I figure we'll put it here. Let me leave the scenarios up for a bit so y'all can read them.
Everybody believing they can do this, and they need to do it. That's the reality for this generation of players.
Tim Ream heads the ball back to midfield. It'll be played back to Musa, who just
Miscontrolled a bouncing ball.
gives it to Uruguay for free.
Robinson tackles it out.
Ridiculous.
We've had 10 fouls called. That's 11. We've had
And a foul comes in here on the United States on Anthony Robinson. Shouldn't be a card, won't be, but will be a free kick after the throw-in. That is the 11th foul of the game.
goals that they have scored. 3 have
Not a number you want if you're anyone.
has been involved.
Just a little.
Robinson aggressive. It was a foul. Looked like a handball before the foul occurred, however.
Most of them. 2 assists and another that it was his free kick in. He didn't get the assist on.
Shots on goal, even at 1 apiece. This ball in, not a good one. It's still in play, saved right at the corner by Uruguay. Cross in. This one dangerous. Shot well wide. Turner not tested. Good ball through. Darwin Nunez couldn't put it on net.
Really well cuts back to create separation. Watch how he's able to keep it in. But then as he gets on the right foot, boom, gets him with that little Cruyff turn, then creates the gap, and it's a nice ball because everybody's anticipating it's going to be around the 6-yard box. So he cuts it.
McKinney gets it. Heavy first touch. Able to get it to Pulisic. Pulisic gets taken away on his pass.
You see there the bandaging that Ronaldo
Kicked out of bounds for a U.S. throw.
off in half of their opener, suffering from dizziness and low blood pressure. He was dehydrated in Miami.
Long throw in here from Scally. And Balogun comes up hobbled after
That one in some
getting a first touch.
Yeah, he's been in it today.
Balogun we might see come out at halftime.
the one with Rochette, the goalkeeper.
And since he went down early, he seems to
Not backing down from tackles.
be a little worse for wear.
Physical center halves.
Maybe Pepe comes on. Balogun not even pressuring on the defensive side. Seems more like a game plan as
Still the U.S. going out
just the wingers attacking defensively. Reyna trying to get back to Rochette. They've moved the camera angle, and thank God. It's a lot better, but now it's low. It's about 1 row of seats up, 1 bowl up. It used to be 6 bowls up, or essentially on the roof. Now I guess they got it, and it looks like Balogun has gone down.
down to the turf.
And I expect this to be a change because
What an opportunity for
it's
Ricardo Pepi. Set a record last year.
just been bad. Pepe is the one warming up. Balogun looks like he's motioning he is done for the day.
In the Bolivia opener, but also against Panama. It's his chance to turn that around and become a hero for his country.
He has untied his cleats. Well, he's still down on the field. Pepe fixing his socks. Just put scissors in his socks?
The Copa America group stage concludes. Brazil against Colombia.
Not sure about that one.
Well, it starts at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Colombia know they're in. It's either
Maybe it
Brazil
was
or
just
Costa
a
Rica who will
small shin guard.
the 2 hours
Pepe is in for Balogun. You'll see it pop up right here in just about a second.
Saturday and a good ovation.
Couple of seconds.
Coming up here late in the first half.
But Balogun was hobbled earlier when he went down. It looked like he caught maybe an elbow to the rib area, went back down, and has now exited the game. And that is scary for the United States because he has been the only real offensive threat. But Pepe, fresh legs right before half, of course, going to get a lot of extra time, or so we think. Could be a very good move. Everyone gets a little bit tired, a little bit lazy right before halftime, and having Pepe in right out in front with fresh legs could certainly help. Throw in here. It's a good one. And it's turned over after the first touch. Uruguay the other way. This is going to be a good opportunity. Richards kicks it into him. Uruguay attacker. And that was a handball, and then they call it back 10 minutes later. Wow, bad refereeing. Set the picture. Richards at the edge of his own goal box. Kicks it. Hits a Uruguayan defender in the hand. Pulisic receives it, is at the midfield line before the whistle is blown. That is the spot to call advantage after you failed to do so earlier. And now they are bringing up the referee's history. Apparently this is his first Copa America game. And that's not surprising. Here, ball in. Tim Ream, good header away. Uruguay gets possession back, but they'll have to slow it down. This refereeing has been nothing short of horrible.
This game is too big of a moment for him, and we'll see how he handles the rest of the game. You don't want the ref to be the center of attention. Let the players play. Let the players decide what happens on the field with their individual quality and team qualities. Don't get in the way.
Hope you guys could hear that again. I forget his name every time, but I love his color commentator. Ball in. It is off. It's wide. I'm sorry, struggling for words. Refereeing has been upsetting. Pepe gets it back to Pulisic. Pulisic, good move. He has some space. The cross in, not dangerous. More of a shot as it went straight into Ricochet, who made the save. Good opportunity there, but U.S. nothing going. Another foul coming in here. It'll be in Uruguay's favor. And the people of Kansas City could not be more upset. People all around the United States probably at this game not too happy.
Too long. Narrow fields as they have been throughout this Copa America, 70 yards wide. It'll be 75 when the World Cup comes to the U.S. in 2026, including here at Arrowhead Stadium.
Ball was out of play. Uruguay just too long of a pass. Went out of bounds. U.S. will have a throw.
And it was the overlapping run of Vina. They get into the back post. Anthony Robinson misjudges the flight. And boy, Pellistri, he want that one back. He had so much time. I think he could have taken a touch and had a much better look.
Just about approaching the 45th minute. U.S. gives away possession from the throw, as you likely just heard. Uruguay, good opportunity here. They get the ball right at the edge of the goal box. Cross in, likely. Here it is. Not competitive. Goes all the way, but is to the opposite side of the field, but is saved. Another cross in. It's Turner's ball. He punches it away. McKinney, good boot to clear from danger. We are about to see the extra time, and it should be about 10 minutes, if not more. But we've seen that not happen before. They said in the booth it should be around 9. And it is 5 minutes. So yet again, the U.S. does not receive as much extra time as they should. Now, of course, we're at a 0-0 game, but right now the U.S. outplaying Uruguay, you feel like more extra time helps them. However, Uruguay with some consistent pressure, yet again cleared from the box, but they've been around the box.
1-0 to Panama there in the final 30 seconds of first half.
Uruguay getting good possession deep. Musa heads it away. Pulisic gets a touch on it. Defender read him the whole way. Heavy pressure. Can't win the ball back. Now Uruguay the other way. Adams out of position. They don't foul him. We'll see if there's a whistle. Finally, the ref makes a good call and gives the U.S. a goal kick.
That's okay. There's a little bit of touch on Nunez's feet there, but he's already, his momentum's taken him down a little bit at the end of that play.
Matt Turner will take the goal kick when we resume, and then we should have a break. I will likely just take a break myself for a majority of halftime, just throw up a little bit of a thing. But if you have questions and you want to discuss, or not even questions, just something you want to talk about, we can talk through the whole halftime if that works. Pepe with the ball. Good ball to McKinney. McKinney gets it back to Reyna, and Reyna just not a good dribble, and the defender breaks it up, and it gets back to Ricochet, who has the goal. Who has the ball near goal. This game's got me flustered. Long stretch pass from Uruguay. It goes well out of bounds. Throw in for Joe Scally on that side. We're in the 47th. We just passed it, so 3 more minutes of extra time expected. Halftime has hit in the Panama-Bolivia game. See it right there. Panama still winning 1-0. Ball in, easy clear from Richards. It will stay in the field of play. Pepe the first to it. He passes back. Great play. McKinney is getting hounded. He didn't know. Now Scally getting hounded. He's taken out, and that should be a yellow. Is he going up to Joe Scally? With the yellow?
This is right in front of the Uruguay bench. Oh no, Joe Scally remains down. Oh, there's a push there. Got a Cruz just pushed Matt Turner.
Matt Turner was just pushed, apparently. They're not showing it, but apparently someone from the Uruguay bench, it sounds like, pushed. That is a yellow card on Joe Scally. Or on Darwin Nunez commits against Joe Scally, for sure. He is shown it. Scared that the yellow card was coming on Joe Scally, because why not, with how this has been refereed so far.
If you haven't watched much welcome.
So that will be the 3rd yellow card of this half, and probably should be the 4th. And maybe you can say the 3rd, because the yellow on the U.S. earlier was ridiculous. We'll see how much extra time we get now as we've dipped into the 49th minute. Joe Scally is still down, and if he can't play, the U.S. is done for. We have no other right back. Scally is up. He is limping. The U.S. is certainly just going to ask him to get to the locker room and then decide, but I'm sure they want him in the locker room just so they can, if you want to be honest, just so they can probably give him some Toradol. Which, if you don't know, is just a painkiller. Matt Turner, horrible ball off the free kick. Good point from the color commentator that perhaps just Matt Turner doesn't have his legs under him after the injury. Back to Joe Scally. Stupid decision from Weston McKinney. However, the U.S. won it back. When your player goes down and can't run, you should not be playing the ball back to him in danger. Just a thought. Reyna has it. He plays for Tyler Adams, who wasn't expecting it. Pulisic's able to get it. And again, it was played back to Scally, who was able to just get it upfield. Up to Anthony Robinson, corner of the box. He plays the cross in. 3 United States members there. None can get ahead on it. Instead, it goes back to about midfield. Gio Reyna just kicks it up in the air. Good body here from Tyler Adams. He's playing for the header. This ball will end up in Uruguay's goalie's hands. Actually, he won't even pick it up, as he'll just play it on his feet. And like you heard, that is likely the final action, as we are in the 51st minute. We're only scheduled for 5 minutes, of course, after Scally went down. Thought we would get a little bit more, but as soon as this ball makes its way to midfield, I expect a whistle.
Pepe holds it up well. Reyna supports. They get it wide and across for a goal scoring opportunity. They didn't win the header.
There is the halftime whistle, and it was an interesting first half, to say the least. The referee should be ashamed of how he's called this game so far. He's got 45 minutes to get things under control. He's got 45 minutes to get this game under control, and the U.S. has 45 minutes for their lives in Copa America. As you can see, if they draw, they need Bolivia to win, and right now Bolivia is down 1-0. So this is likely what's going to happen. Panama is going to win, and the U.S. needs to win. They also need Bolivia to hold Panama where they're at, and that 1-0 win or a 2-0 win will also do it for this scenario. Well, I'm going to take a break during halftime. Don't think anyone or many people are here. I will pop up a little text box to indicate we're at half, but I'm going to take a little bit of a break, and we'll be right back for the start of the second half. Alright, let's stop the cheesy music and get back into this. Let's delete this little thingy. We don't need that anymore. This man is going to have to come and save us, Captain America Christian Pulisic. If we want to pull this one out. Teams are in the tunnel, walking back out. There we go from the pre-stream graphic to the current stream graphic. As you can see, the scenario's there. Right now, everything going wrong for the U.S. They need to win. Panama is still up 1-0. They resumed play about 6 minutes ago. They need a goal from Bolivia, the U.S., and that makes things a lot easier. Right now, the U.S. are playing well. It seems like if we get better refereeing, that we will come out on top of this one. However, you can never be promised that. Right now, the U.S. has had most of the momentum when play has been clean, when the ref hasn't made horrible calls. So we hope that continues and will lead them to success. However, if things continue, I could see them getting that draw, but then they would need Bolivia to score because they trail 1-0. We can look at that game real quick. There's your score. Nothing major has happened. One change from Panama at halftime. They actually brought out a defender and brought in a striker. Weird to see that. We have resumed play here. As Uruguay, immediate offense, however, the cross hits the side of the net, and that will give the U.S. a goal kick. Welcome back to second half action. Not too many people in here right now. That's no problem. I am just enjoying the game while also being able to stream. So it doesn't really matter to me. But if you are in the chat and you want to talk about anything, leave it in the chat. I should say if you are watching and you want to chat about anything, go ahead, leave a message and we can discuss whether it's this or anything else. What's up, Sebastian? There's no way you're in here on your birthday. Happy birthday, man. I hope you're celebrating it well. There is a scrum at the sideline, and the ball went out of bounds, and finally the referee blows it dead. Happy birthday, Sebastian. Hope it's going well and you get everything you could ever want on your special day. Cross, not into the box. McKinney gets it. He'll have a chance to strike. Bad touch. Now he's taken down. He fires a shot while falling, and it goes about 30 feet high of the crossbar. I think he was just trying to get a whistle. We just hit 100 views, 100 unique views on the stream, so thank you to everyone that has watched. Awesome number. Uruguay, after the goal kick, they're getting some offense. Long stretch pass. It will find the head of Joe Scally. Interesting to see he does remain in. That's what I thought would happen. I thought the U.S. would just try and get him into halftime and then whatever was hurting get a turtle shot there, and that is what occurred. Scally able to run that one down, use his body to force the goal kick. Again, if you're a new viewer watching, I can see we just got a couple new ones. This is a watch-along to discuss your thoughts and opinions. I suggest watching this stream along with the game. I hear that a lot of people don't love the announcers from Fox on this game, so if you want to mute them and listen here, you can hear reactions and, of course, be a part of the stream in the chat. Again, can't stream the actual game because I do want to keep my YouTube channel. But we can always talk about it, and I'm watching it, giving my opinions. Long throw-in that just finds its way back to Tim Ream. He'll play it back to Anthony Robinson, who will play it back to Matt Turner. Turner has had problems delivering accurate long passes. Here, he boots one. That went almost about 10 feet short of the opposing goal box, so he got some distance on that. No accuracy as no one was home. Now Weston McKinney. He's swarmed. He just can't really dribble or do anything with the ball, huh? As it's taken away, kicked out of bounds. However, it will create a throw-in that Anthony Robinson will take.
Sort of caster wrapping on his right wrist makes throwing the ball in a little bit tough, but he's taking a few throw-ins tonight.
Well, Sebastian, that feels like such, in the chat, that feels like such a chat GPT question. That was written so eloquently. Sebastian asked, how likely could Arthur Blank transition the pitch from turf to grass based on the heavy criticism? The problem is with the heavy criticism is that as this one comes into the box, this is likely a corner for Uruguay. It looks like it went off a U.S. defender. It will be. The problem right now with the grass is that it is just shipped in. It's just squares of grass because the field is normally turf. I don't think they put permanent grass into the stadium. The stadiums that have started to have grass, the Cardinals, I believe, and the Raiders, have designed systems to water the grass and everything. Cross into the box, header, it goes just wide of the net. U.S. will have a goal kick as Turner wasn't able to reach it and luckily just goes wide. But yeah, the newer stadiums in the U.S. that are using grass and not turf invested hundreds of millions into those systems. So unfortunately, even though the Falcons stadium is new, they did not invest. I personally don't think we'll ever see any type of grass in the Mercedes-Benz, in the Benz. So, unless they do some large-scale changes. Pulisic with the ball, got around his defender who fell, acted like he got elbowed in the face. Pulisic tries to play it out wide to Musa, and that should be a throw-in for the U.S. and just a horrible call by the ref over there on the sideline. Vigna's on the ground, holding his face. Vigna was the one that fell after Pulisic ran by, indicating an elbow to the face. Let's see. We got the replay. A hand does hit him, but it wasn't an elbow. It was a hand and was innocuous.
Could have very well been whistled a foul.
How do they get
Is that the correct? Yeah. Should know that. It could have been a foul, but they don't. And Uruguay somehow ended up with the throw-in anyway, so kind of a moot point. That word, I'm sure I used correctly there. Pepe on the pressure, causes quick passes but can't get anything. Pulisic will be the closest now. He gets pressure on. This is actually Gio Reyna. Pepe there. It's back to Ricochet. Pulisic overruns it. I think he had a chance, but a good body from the defender gives Ricochet space to clear. Ball ends up with Uruguay anyway. He's got Nunez. He's swamped by defenders. Should be no whistle here as the U.S. clears of immediate danger. Danger is back, and that is a foul. Actually, no whistle from the ref. I thought for sure that would be a foul on the U.S. Long shot here. Powerful strike, however, wide by a couple feet. It was a long, long strike. Almost worked out. Panama and Bolivia, still 1-0. We'll leave it up for now. Why not? Gio Reyna, good dribble. He's got Anthony Robinson. Robinson tries to cross. It's blockered away. Now Robinson wins it back. Back to Reyna. He wins a throw-in. He'll get it in quick. Pepe tried to get it into the center of the box. No one was home. McKinney the closest to it. And it's eventually headed back to the Uruguayan goalie. Woo!
Round of 16 of the Euros concludes tomorrow. Romania against the Netherlands on FS1.
Wow.
Austria against Turkey on
Lots of action.
11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. Good shot of the game there. Oh, and a dangerous area.
Matt Turner comes way out of the box to boot it downfield. And it will roll all the way to the Uruguayan goal yet again.
How intense Uruguay are in the first 20 minutes. They were in the lead after the first 20 minutes, each of their first two. They didn't get a
Dangerous pass, however. Pepe just a step away from gaining control. Interesting to see who the subs will be. Of course, Balogun went off after being injured. Pepe came on. We'll see what the final four are and when they start to develop. You expect to see the first signs around the 60th minute.
Long switch. He's trying to outside on Anthony Robinson.
Uruguay just passing, settling it down. Good pressure here from the United States, though. They've come out of the half explosive. However, Uruguay able to break it. They've got a chance. Good ball in, and just a step too far. Excellent ball, but maybe just 6 inches too long. Couldn't get a foot on it. Could the attacker. Just dead straight center of the field, not a cross, as he's in between the half line and the goal box. But Joe Scally just gets blown by, and it came in right towards Matt Turner, where he's in a spot where he can't come out and he can't stay put. And the 50-50 almost worked. And now on the ground, it's Joe Scally. Looks like Joe Scally. We'll see. I'll wait for an update. It is Joe Scally. And that was the problem. He was beat up in the first half. And now he has gone down yet again. As mentioned, thought when he got to halftime he would get some painkillers and perhaps be able to play the rest of the game. Now maybe looking not so, because that was a non-contact injury. At least appeared to be so. And of course the U.S. really has no one they can play on the outside of the defense, so we'll see who comes in. It's really their weakest part of the team is the defenders, in my opinion. Is Joe Scally going to try and play? Looks like a sub is up for him. Joe Scally will come out of the game. We'll see who the sub is. This is going to be interesting. So U.S. is now down to 3 subs, as they've had to use 2 for injuries. I almost think they should play with 10 men for a second. You've got the goal kick. Seems like it's just a cramp on his upper thigh as he gets sprayed down with something on the upper thigh. There has been no substitution, so maybe, as said, you let Scally get some cold spray and painkillers on him. Scally is on the field, so he got whatever he needed, hopefully, to be able to play this one out. And just mentioning again, important, because the defense is very thin. Action has began again. Uruguay with the ball. They've got an opportunity to cross. Anthony Robinson overruns the ball. Now cutting in, and it is a goal kick. Anthony Robinson committing a lot of physicality there after having to recover, and Uruguay not liking it. I think that's correct call. And that should have been a corner, however. It looked like Anthony Robinson touched it at the end. Tim Ream, long pass, no one home. U.S. in the past 5 or so minutes unable to really establish anything here. I'm going to pop this down just for a little bit, because I think it looks a little awkward. U.S. gets a throw in here on Uruguay's half. U.S. has 3 or so subs working. Obviously don't expect all those to be brought in at once, but do expect to see some subs soon. Mentioned the 60th minute about the time. We'll expect to see someone. Weston McKennie gets called for a foul. I'm not too sure what it was. Camera angle wasn't great. Looked like the contact wasn't too rough, but Uruguay player goes down. Panama still up 1-0. Bad passing. Good defense from the United States, but once they win the ball on the press, they just give it right back. Unfortunate play. They do earn a throw in after a bit of craziness. Anthony Robinson, long throw to Pepe, and it is eventually just booted right back into the crowd.
The dying seconds against Algeria, the goal they needed at the 2010 World Cup. We've seen him sneak through the back door, including in 2002. That team that was celebrating got to the quarterfinal, actually lost their group stage finale. They got the result they needed in the other game. Same thing happened in 2014.
Anthony Robinson, long throw. Bad first touch. However, it will go out for yet another throw. The United States will take. McKinney looking to throw it in. Sidearm throw. Interesting. Of course, no refs really ever call an infraction on the throw. And it is turned over by Pulisic. One right back by the U.S. They'll have to be clean with passing this time, and they are not, as McKinney puts too much air under it, and it goes out of bounds.
Not just the U.S., but the game, and that's by design from Uruguay. They really made a point of slowing things down. We're not seeing the high pressure.
As we approach the 60th minute,
Put the U.S. under a lot of pressure at the back.
well, we are in it now. Looks like
They're even taking time off the clock here.
the U.S. will need a goal here.
So a point is fine for them.
We knew a draw really wouldn't do it, but now it is becoming more and more obvious
So to keep the energy levels high,
that they're going to need a goal
and when you
as the game of Panama and Bolivia ticks into the late minutes, with Panama dominating 1-0.
Scally defending him, fighting through pain. Oliveira.
Uruguay in the United States box. Passed back out. Heavy pressure here from the U.S. However, gets back down. Cross in, back post. Anthony Robinson just gets a touch on it. Enough to force it wide. Still in play as Tim Marine yet again clears with a header.
Forced to recycle. Final half an hour at Arrowhead Stadium.
Pepe with the pressure up top.
U.S. find a way to keep their Copa America alive. Wide it goes, going to come back in for Oliveira.
Back into Oliveira, and good play from Tyler Adams as he able to use the body. Again, the ball trickles out of bounds for a United States goal kick. First half felt like it was a majority U.S. Now it feels like a majority Uruguay. I just realized the light right here is really bright in the corner. Back to Matt Turner as he'll just play it to Weston McKennie. That was Richards who got it to McKinney, excuse me. Richards was taken out. And another errant pass that'll end up out of bounds in a Uruguay throw. Richards is limping, and that would mean that the U.S. is down to 2 hobbled defenders.
So we're keeping an eye on Richards. We're keeping an eye on Scally.
Richards and Scally, of course, the ones that are injured.
Hoping for good news from there.
Good play here from Tyler Adams. Musa now on the ball. A lot of pressure, and that is an early whistle for a foul.
What separates good from great
Ridiculous.
is a team that can find ways to win games like this. And when you've had the possession, you've had the domination, that extra bit of quality that you
Uruguay with the ball after the free kick.
That's where you need your stars. That's where you need Pulisic. And it looks like Bolivia have scored.
Bolivia have scored.
U.S. is going on.
You're about to see that tick up to 1-1. Let's refresh. Maybe it'll give it to us.
From there, can they give themselves good news here? Is it out for a Uruguay corner?
If this is a draw, this is huge.
First goal of the tournament for Bolivia in the 69th minute in Orlando.
We will see this change soon, reportedly. It might be under VAR review. That might be the difference. However, Bolivia have scored in the 69th minute. If that means, we'll just pop this up real quick. If Bolivia can draw, that means all the U.S. has to do is keep this a 0-0 game. We'll see this update soon if the goal is confirmed. Uruguay with the ball in their own half.
More people around us in the stands, looking at their phones, hearing from their neighbors.
Oh man, I got goosebumps.
U.S. is back now to advancing with the tie. There you go. It has been confirmed. Bolivia has scored their first goal in Copa America and tied this game, which bodes well for the U.S.
Loose touch there. Pepe almost got to it.
Pepe, heavy pressure on Ricochet.
Ricochet with Pepe for company goes long. Richards got his body to it.
Richards won the ball, but McKinney couldn't bring it in. Long pass. Ream should be the first to it. Good pass to Joe Scally. Scally should play back to Turner. He does. Turner boots it downfield. The U.S. are now in position to advance if every score stays. There's only 2 games, but if the scores stay, the U.S. will advance in Copa America. Not the way they would be expecting either. And that was just a bad foul from Gio Reyna. That's maybe a yellow, but ref seems to keep it. Bruno Miranda scores for Bolivia and saves the U.S. potentially right now.
There you go. He's got it.
But this is where again the U.S. has to
People in the stadium watching on their phones that Bolivia scored. What a cool moment.
Yeah, but here you go. U.S., put it in your own hands now. Go and win the game.
You see Berhalter there just went 1-1.
Even Berhalter signaling to his players. I don't like that. As a coach, don't let the players know the score. Uruguay, header in, Matt Turner the save, and it goes in. Original save, the ball ends up in the back of the net, and that's why as a coach you don't tell your team what the situation is. Off the free kick, the goal. Matt Turner is signaling handball. Ridiculous. It's not Greg Berhalter's fault there, but it's hard not to be mad at him. Can't tell your team what the situation is. Stuff like that happens. Uruguay has scored.
Get a look at who makes the contact on this header. There's one man down
We're going
offside.
to have to see for offsides. Okay, Matt Turner was not signaling a handball. That ball goes in certainly off a foot. I think he is asking for an offsides review, as the original shot is saved off the free kick across into the box. The rebound is scored.
When he heads it, yeah, but I think he was. I think
We'll see what the VAR review is. I'm going to mute the commentators because they don't seem to know much about the rules. Absolutely killer for the United States if this is upheld. We'll see. I personally, he is offsides. I have decided. I will take a screenshot of it and put it on screen. I think that I can do. You can see it's been updated 1-0 over there. Let me get my snipping tool out. This might pause. Oh, I can't do it because YouTube TV blocks it. So, never mind. It looks like offsides, though. We'll see what the call is. I am watching on YouTube TV. So, can't take a clip of it. Let's see what the discussion is.
Headed, as you pointed out. So I think this
Yeah,
will be called back.
yeah, we're getting it here, Dr. Joe. There's the first header from Araujo, and you can see Oliveira is offside.
It
He's
is,
still offside, in fact.
according to the Fox specialist
This is going to
of
be
the rules, they say offsides. We'll see what the ruling is.
crazy sequence there. Goal goes in for Bolivia. They're through. Goal goes in.
As I kind of hate that from the U.S. side. Bolivia scores, they give you a chance, and you let one up. Even if it is called back, kind of ridiculous. Tyler Adams is smiling. He's seen the review. Or he's just not built to play for the United States men's national team. If you're smiling and you don't know or you don't think you know the results of this call. Uruguay fans celebrating in the crowd. No call has been made. Referee listening in on his earpiece.
The whole checklist.
Telling players to stay away as likely he gets the official call.
Wow. Well, I need to see another replay.
They call it a goal.
I'm not sure it was determined as you said, maybe it didn't come off of a U.S. player.
The goal has been
Uruguayan
given.
player. Oh my goodness.
Well, we don't get an announcement of the decision.
Now the U.S. must score.
But the evidence of what we saw.
It was an offside. Let's see if we can pull up a picture.
For Canada the other night, they have publicly come out the night after games and said that was the wrong outcome from a VAR review. Pepe's pressure gives the U.S. a throw.
Well, I'm sure they're drawing some lines up right now, and they'll go back and show a replay of exactly how they got to that decision. But
What did we say earlier?
No one has posted a picture. I'm trying to find it for y'all. I'm sure you saw. I'm sure you're watching this live as well. Just absolute craziness from the refereeing crew.
21 games played for his country. Panama celebrating that news. They are back in. The U.S. are back out. 20 minutes.
Now Panama just has to play for a draw.
another interesting part of that review was that Greg Berhalter and his staff have seen a replay as well, and they communicated to their players. Everybody was back and was waiting for that to come back for offside. Oh my goodness.
And now a whistle on the U.S.
Out of control here.
And you should be expecting this, as you let this get out of hand and have now not called back a goal that should be called off.
Off the bench in his first appearance for the U.S. since the World Cup the other night. Green heads that one away. To the Cruz. Well, he might have been undercut there by Musa, but there's no foul. Pepe couldn't get that to Pulisic. Clip long. Scally in chase. Tails it out. Uruguay will make a sub as well. Jose Jimenez, 85 appearances, hugely experienced player.
I'm obviously speechless. I mean, Uruguay has scored off a goal that should not count.
For Uruguay.
Can't seem to find any picture of it, so I can't show it.
Yunus Musa will come off for Josh Sargent.
Yunus Musa is off for Josh Sargent.
I guess the problem is who do you take off to get an extra tackler on the field? But your thoughts on Musa tonight?
I thought Musa was solid. Yeah, you didn't see him on some of his trademark long runs, dribbling out of pressure, but just very connected in the way in which he pressed, connected in the midfield three. But I think when you're thinking about guys that can give you a goal, Weston McKennie's going to stay out there a little bit longer. Here, Reyna's been so good on this left-hand side. Pulisic.
Uruguay has won the ball back. Josh Sargent is on. Kicked goes to Matt Turner. Matt Turner will start hit with Tim Ream.
Piece of video evidence, and Panama have now scored in Orlando. Unless it's a piece of video evidence.
Panama has scored. It is now 2-1. So without the U.S. winning, it will be over.
2 goals now with that Panama goal going in. They have to win the game.
U.S. has to now come from behind to win this game, with Panama retaking the lead in the 79th minute. Again, they're about 6 minutes ahead of us in Orlando. The U.S. has managed to shots.
As a U.S. fan, I mean, how can you not just be absolutely flabbergasted at this scenario?
Off the throw, Anthony Robinson able to bounce it off of Darwin Nunez, and out for a goal kick.
Here we go. So here's. Oh, is it Richards' left foot? Oh, come on. Oh. The other thing is, look, these cameras are not directly down the line, so they're guessing.
It's
They're
not
guessing when
stepping
they're
out
drawing
of
the
offside,
line.
like at the Euros, where you have cameras all the way around the stadium tracking body parts. It's lines being drawn on the screen.
That is insane. Insane. And that's why I'm saying there's so many factors that go into that, where.
And that's not going to be a yellow card, by the way, as Pulisic gets cleaned out at the end.
Pulisic was just taken out. Fans are booing. It's not a yellow card.
17 minutes plus stoppage time. Reyna has it blocked.
And look, I think we need to hammer this home because it's a big talking point in the game, that goal. We saw a very close decision with Germany and Denmark in the Euro, and everybody was saying, look, he's offside by a toe. The difference being it's different technology. They have technology in the ball as far as a chip and a sensor to know when the ball is kicked, and also semi-automated offside, and the camera's helping. That camera is not on the right down the line on the 18. You can't definitively see
U.S. needs 2 goals
until somebody in the VAR
to move on. Goalie's out of the net. All they need to do is shoot. Pulisic kicking it through, headed away. Holy! Goalie came out. U.S. got the ball back and passed it 16 times instead of just shooting on a wide open net. That would have brought it to 1-1 with 15 minutes left in momentum and the U.S. a chance to do something. Instead, they absolutely butcher the best opportunity they've had this game. Ball's in the corner. Players are falling everywhere. Ref blows a whistle. He'll probably whip out a card on the United States, even though Pulisic is the one taken down, because why not? What a game!
the end of the game here. Going to? Yeah, fair. Well, this was the goal-scoring opportunity. Great work from Anthony Robinson. Forces them in that indecision there. Rochette says, I'm coming. Araujo loses it. Comes out to Pulisic, and it takes that deflection that spins it up, and it takes all the power out of the strike. What part of the body did that hit from Oliveira, who just went down the ground? He had his hands behind his back.
I'm sorry. That needed to let it out. I think that is what a watch-along is for. So I hope everyone is happy. Wow!
Now Rochette is down.
Rochette's down in goal because why not? We need another player down. Panama is up 2-0, as you can see. With all the scores now, we said just 10 minutes ago, if all the scores hold, the U.S. moves on. Now, they need to score twice in 15 minutes in extra time. Or if Bolivia can help the U.S. out and score a goal, the U.S. just needs one. But it's not going to happen. As you can see, there's only 8 minutes remaining. Bolivia really not playing for anything. I mean, they could somehow move on, but it is unlikely.
There's chances to be had for them here towards the end of the game because the reality is the U.S. have to win the game. So they're going to have to sell out. They're going more attacking. You got 2 strikers on the field. You're going to see Robinson release. So
Uruguay's got some pressure here. Anthony Robinson fails to intercept the pass. Matt Turner, good save. Not a great shot, powerful shot. Matt Turner able to stay in front of it, not allow a rebound. He tries to get the offense working. However, it goes off Weston McKennie and out of bounds. Said that enough. I've said that plenty. Uruguay, of course, is just going to hold the ball. And now the discussion, doesn't look like there's anyone in the chat, but the discussion now is when the U.S. loses, if they lose, and are eliminated from Copa America, are they going to fire head coach Greg Berhalter? I always mess that up. Pulisic, bad pass after the U.S. wins it up the field. Of course, they have heavy pressure as they need to score twice. Uruguay is going to be very content with just kicking balls out of bounds, doing whatever to burn time. This team, you got the World Cup in 2 years. And if you look like this, it's done.
Showed heroics as well for Coventry City, his club team, with some late goals in their storybook.
U.S. can't win the ball. They're still battling. Sargent gets taken out. Will get a whistle. Free kick, not in a dangerous position. Just about 10 feet shy of midfield. In the Uruguay half, so they are on the right side of the line and can get something into the box, but we'll need a perfect free kick. Joe Scally is off. That means the United States has moved to 3 defenders, of course, needing 2 goals. Joe Scally out for Haji Wright. Wright hasn't played a minute so far in this tournament and will now try and score. Good. I thought it was a good free kick into the box, but no one attacks the ball, and it just ends up in the hands of the Uruguayan goalie. T-minus 11 minutes in extra time until the U.S. go home and lose Copa America. Or don't even move on from group stage. Hard to say lose when you don't even make the quarterfinals.
Adams was running into space. Kevin Ortega saying, nope, I'm going to whistle it dead for the handball. But take my time to actually...
Yellow card coming in on Bolivia in that 2-1 game. Don't think it really matters, but shows they're trying to pressure. If I keep looking down, it's because I got the comments down there, the chat open. That should be a yellow. Tyler Adams taken out by Darwin Nunez, who already has a yellow. So would have been nice to be a double yellow. However, he gets away with it and just a foul.
It's got to be quick though, because then he's got to get back out on his goal and not leave it empty.
They might play this one short here while Uruguay brought out 2 men now. Pulisic was pretty frustrated. It was a good ball in the last time. He looked straight back to the bench just to say,
all right. Pulisic on the free kick. U.S. would need to score soon. This free kick not as good as the last one and easily headed away from Uruguay. Weston McKennie will pick it up. He can't get a first touch to save his life, and it is booted out for a throw-in. I am tired of Weston McKennie.
There was a potential push in the back of Tim Ream, and I'm just wondering if they're...
Looks like they're reviewing something off the free kick or holding up play.
Looks like play on.
Now they're saying play on. It looks like Tim Ream was fouled. He was.
Wrapped up, but not enough. He's actually trying to draw a
He was fouled, but at this spot in the game, a penalty for that is ridiculous. So that is a good call. Weston McKennie, long throw in. Sargent had a chance to head it. Back to McKennie after Ream was able to play it. It goes out. McKennie will have another chance to do his patented throw in and get it deep into the box. He is just walking to the ball and walking back to the sideline. He needs to hurry up. He needs to hustle. There is 9 minutes left in this game. You need to get the ball in quick. This throw way too short. Doesn't find the middle of the box. Ream will try and play it to McKennie again. He keeps it in, but again, his dribbling is just so bad. He's able to find Gio Reyna. Reyna can't control it. Pulisic able to win it back to Anthony Robinson, who's in midfield. Robinson's hounded. He somehow gets that pass through. Reyna with it. Pokes one through. All alone! Sargent with it. Can't find the shot and just... It is blocked. He had a good first touch. He stopped it right where he needed to, right between his legs, but didn't seem to have planned that, and therefore got tangled up in his feet. However, this does win a corner. We'll see who takes it. Is Pulisic. Booted in. It's a decent one. Uruguay clears it. Reyna throws it right back into the box. Thrown right back out. Right back in. And it will officially end up with Uruguay, and they've got a chance to score here. Darwin Nunez with it. Only 2 defenders back, however, able to slow it down. Back heel pass, won by the U.S. Now they've got a chance. They need to go quick. Gio Reyna with it. He'll give it off to Anthony Robinson. Robinson on the ground. Haji Wright had it, and a good opportunity, just too heavy of a touch. And, of course, Ricochet and goal will just lay on it for 10 minutes to kill time. Haji Wright should likely be able to control that touch and score there.
It's so subjective because that's not a straight line. You know,
The commentators are complaining about the offsides call, and it was onsides by a toe in case we never got back to it. And if you know me, if you follow me on my socials, again, that all my socials are Cop Show Joe, KOPSHOJOE. You can find my name, which that is just my last name and first name switched, in my YouTube bio. You know, I don't think that's in the spirit of the offsides rule. Reyna, ball in, just no man's land. We'll go out for a goal kick. Panama have scored a third, so the U.S. is done in this tournament. Even if they win this game, they're done. We'll show that you have to win the goal differential. So even if you score 2, I mean, I guess actually no, if they score 2, they still win, but they cannot draw, of course.
Which helps them sneak in the back door. The U.S. has to find 2 goals in the next 5 minutes plus stoppage time here in Kansas City. Can they work a miracle?
When this pops up to 3-1, I'll take it down because that game is all said and done, essentially. Uruguay back with the ball. Matt Turner needs to go get that ball. Instead, Tim Ream will have to chase it down and use his body to block it. Gives the U.S. a goal kick.
Luis Suarez, I hear the crowd responding to that. Uruguayan legend, Barcelona legend, playing for Inter Miami.
U.S. is content with passing on their defensive side, which they should not be. After a long pass from Ream, it ends up back with Uruguay. Adams with it at midfield. Pulisic with it. He'll try and explode through. He can't. Half spin, and it's taken away from him. Ends up back with Richards. Back to Pulisic. Pulisic's got some space. He's got to take that shot. It was blocked away. Now Gio Reyna with it. Good pass to Pulisic. Back to Gio Reyna. Back out in front of the goal. Haji Wright can't get it through. It almost finds its way in and on own goal. Just chopped through after being partially blocked, and it was eventually brought in by the goalkeeper, but it did hit a defender's foot, and it looked like he would have cleared it into his own goal. Pepe was open on the backside, and Haji Wright should likely have passed off to him. However, he tried to be the hero and take the shot. Wasn't a horrible idea, just better move would have been the open man. Now we have a Uruguayan player down. They'll take their time getting up. I'm sure they are injured, but they will take their time getting up to kill more clock. And the U.S. has not been favored with extra time. Pepe was the open man. Rochette brought it in. Do I keep saying Ricochet? I think I do. Rochette. It is Rochette. Do I keep saying Ricochet? If I have said Ricochet this whole stream and you've somehow stayed to this point, it is because I think it is ironically funny to say Ricochet instead of Ricochet. But I apologize if I've been saying that. I just realized I might have been doing that. There'll be a sub. There'll be a couple subs on the Uruguayan side as they had 2 to use, and they will use both. Looks like Darwin Nunez is out for Luis Suarez. Of course, Suarez, a hero to the Uruguayan national team. So just getting an appearance here to appease fans. As we will be in the 89th minute before we resume play. The U.S. has all but lost. Expect probably 3 minutes of extra time and then a loss. Tim Ream is substituted out on the U.S. side. They bring in Malik Tillman. And we've restarted, and of course we restarted with Rochette placing the ball on the ground to waste some more time and then bring it back in. Rochette boots it down the field. Uruguay might actually come away with this one after a horrible touch from Weston McKennie. Yet again. Tired of him. At what point do you go with a different option than Weston McKennie? Because it's got to be in the next couple games. Uruguay, great chance here right out in front. Matt Turner makes an excellent save. Diving, he has to get the offense going quickly. Sidearm throw to Anthony Robinson. Robinson, long stretch pass that finds the foot of a Uruguayan player. And they will just run back towards their own net to control. That is a yellow card. Maybe not a yellow card, but it is a foul.
It's a huge ask to now expect that they haven't scored through 9.
So the conversation becomes, as we have hit extra time, will Greg Berhalter be fired for this? Should he be? Absolutely. He should have been fired before this tournament. 6 minutes of extra time. So this Panama-Bolivia game is over. It's not, but it will be. So the U.S. is knocked out of Copa America. Should Greg Berhalter be fired? We said yes. I said yes. Should he have been before? Yes. Will he be fired? I'm going to lean towards no. Unfortunately, I don't think this will be enough. I am hoping for it, though, and we'll see what the outcome is. Weston McKennie with the ball, and of course he loses it. And he'll have to throw it in. We are 1 minute into added time as Josh Sargent loses the ball. He wins it back. Pulisic with it. Now back to McKennie. Gio Reyna with it. Reyna boots it into the box. Haji right there. He tries to pass back instead and finds a Uruguayan player. Anthony Robinson with the pressure goes off him for a throw-in. Uruguay will take about 7 hours to make this throw-in so that they can waste time. And we will have a pause instead because a Uruguay player is down. However, as soon as the throw-in happened, he just happened to pop up. Good job by the ref finally to not do anything. Josh Sargent with the ball, corner of the box. He gets it into Pulisic. Pulisic doesn't have any space, gets a shot away. Did it bounce off a defender? Pulisic is fired up. He was tackled earlier. He thought it was a foul. It is a goal kick. So it didn't go off a defender. He wasn't fouled. He got ball first, as you likely just heard. 2 minutes into extra time.
And the knives will be out. The reality is, Greg Berhalter, there'll be a huge decision around his job status. This is a failure. You can't sugarcoat it. The U.S. didn't get out of a group that felt like when it was announced it was almost a formality. A bad Bolivian team, a Panamanian team we beat consistently in World Cup qualifying. I know the red card and all that aside, but you didn't get the job done, and you left it all to play here tonight against Uruguay. And sure, I can sit here and talk about all the positives, and wow, we saw some great stuff, and we saw an intensity. But the U.S. is losing this game.
McKennie's throw cleared away. Good clearance in there. And that was what Greg Berhalter, certainly what he signed up for, but also what he said to us last night. We have to take care of our business. We have to win these types of games against these types of opponents. Sargent knocks it down. No one there in a white shirt. Pulisic is there. Can he find a reset? Pulisic just trying to do it himself. Gets by one. Pulisic running forward. Advantage being played. Running out of angles. Couldn't play the pass to Anthony Robinson there as he was knocked off balance. And then he scored 2.5 minutes into that game.
Sorry for the silence. Just thought we'd hear their thoughts on the Greg Berhalter situation, since that's what, of course, is on the mind. Will Greg Berhalter be the head coach of this team? I think as soon as this game ends, tomorrow morning, you announce the firing. You do your search for your next head coach. You get your next head coach installed in the next week, and that prepares you somewhat for World Cup play. You need to make the change quick so that this team can bond around a new manager. I'm so tired of McKinney getting touches. He is so bad. Shot blocked away. And of course we're going to have a whistle because someone's down, writhing in pain. This is what ruins soccer, unfortunately. Greg Berhalter is sat on the bench, and it looks like he knows he's fired. Which, unfortunately, you hate to... I hate to ethically, say it would be good if a coach got fired. Because, of course, they're a person with a job, and they would hate to lose that job. But it would be in the best for the United States and United States soccer if Greg Berhalter did not return as coach.
Many teams have gone further than this team in the Copa America, and I don't want to hear the term golden generation thrown out about this group of players until they actually achieve something. There's a lot of
Wow, this color commentator is going in. It's kind of funny. U.S. just looking for a goal. They're going to be shut out. Goose egged as we are 95 minutes and 40 seconds in, and 6 minutes of extra time implies this one is all but over. Pulisic with the ball, he'll lose it. Throw in Uruguay, they will take their time. We are going to shut the commentators out because we are almost done. Uruguay taking extra time. With all the injuries and delay, the U.S. should have had an extra minute or two, but the final whistle has blown. Uruguay has won the group undefeated, and the U.S. has been sent home. The U.S. for yet another time crashes out and loses Copa America, and this time before they could even get to the quarterfinals. So, my final thoughts on the game. We'll keep it open for a while because I know from previous streams that in watch-alongs and reactions, people like to trickle in at the end to see thoughts and such. The thoughts are that Greg Berhalter should be jobless tomorrow. Ethically, again, it sucks to say because these are humans. But Berhalter has never been a good manager of this team, and he has shown that thoroughly in this Copa America. I wouldn't even say it was this game. I would say it's the Panama game. This game didn't go your way, unfortunately, due to majorly refereeing and just a second half in which you didn't show what you showed in the first half. And you can attribute that to the manager a lot of the times. So that, again, falls somewhat on Greg Berhalter. I also hated when he motioned to the team 1-1, showing his team that Bolivia and Panama were drawn. Personally, I don't think your team should ever know the outcome of the other game if it is a win-in scenario, which essentially this was. Because to win, you would need a goal differential of 1. Panama only won by 2, so you would have still been up in goal differential. You would have needed an offensive outburst from Panama. So, hated that from Greg Berhalter. Hated some decisions. Gio Reyna should have started at the 10 this whole tournament. I'm glad he played the whole game. Finally, Greg Berhalter learned that. But at the end of the day, the major decision after this is, will he be fired? The answer is maybe. Will he be fired and rehired? Maybe. But the answer to should he be fired is most definitely. Other thoughts on the game, I'm getting a little tired of Pulisic. This is the guy that you go to. This is the captain of your team. I'm tired of him not really showing up in big games. And again, this can be attributed to Berhalter, maybe how he schemes up. Pulisic was excellent at the free kicks today, excellent on the set pieces. Outside of that, didn't show up. I would also like him to be more of a team leader, get players in check, and I didn't see that from him. So before the World Cup, which is of course what every soccer fan looks forward to, I would like to see more from him. Other thoughts outside of that, I think Balogun, Pepe, and Sargent, I think nothing is on them. I would love to see how they are treated in a new system under a new manager. Weston McKennie, I am tired of seeing. This was one of his worst performances of recent history. He just can't get a first touch. He's obviously not built at like your typical soccer player in terms of size. He's a little overweight, and he can't blow by anyone, and his dribbling sucks. So when you put those two together, he's losing the ball at every opportunity. I would love either a new manager to come in and get him working somewhere, because he does have excellent talent. He just does not play well on this team. So Weston McKennie is another problem I would like to see addressed in the future. Defense played fine. We're so thin back there. I mean, so thin. Joe Scally going down with injury really did a number. I mean, it was not the reason we lost, but I think it proves the point that you need some other defender. If you are an American citizen and you have a child, you should raise that child to be a defender, because right now it is the four we have. Scally has stepped in amazingly for Dest, but outside of those five, including Dest, who obviously is not playing, but hopefully will make a comeback for the World Cup, you got nothing. And Tim Ream is getting up there in age to where he might not even play in the World Cup, depending on the fall off. Final thoughts in terms of everything. This is, of course, talked about. Copa America is talked about because it is the practice round, the closest scenario you will get to, of course, the World Cup. And the U.S. has failed. Plain and simple, they failed, and there needs to be a lot of changes. So, that'll be it for me. Looks like most of the viewers are gone after the game has finished. Finished with 120 views. I appreciate everyone for that. If you are still watching and you have a comment, I will stick around for like 3 more minutes. Just put on some music, but I'll stick around. And, of course, thank you all for watching. If you're not watching this live and you made it this far, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Leave a comment down below so I know you made it this far. I really appreciate everyone coming along. If you want an inside scoop on why there's been live streams instead of videos, it's because I started my new job in Macon, Georgia as a producer of television news. So it's been really hard to find time to make videos. This is easier. My videos take like 12 hours to make on the high end, maybe 6 to 8 normally. So a 2-hour and 30-minute stream is actually quite a bit easier. And I really don't like making videos over the course of like a week. It kind of loses track. So that's an insight. That is all from me. Thank you all for watching. I know this is not a game wrap-up, just a channel wrap-up. But if you're in the chat, want to say any final thoughts, I'll stick around. Otherwise, I'll send you guys to music for about a minute before we end it. Thanks all for watching. If you're watching right now, I greatly appreciate you. And if you're watching in the future, watching me in the past, I greatly appreciate you. Thanks all.